You're watching the 2020 SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Southwestern University Pirates women's lacrosse program. Southwestern coming off a 7-6 season a year ago and will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Kaitlyn Hafdell, along with senior midfielder Grace Maynard. Coach, Grace, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Coach, we'll get started with you. It was announced back in August that you were taking over as the head coach there of the Southwestern women's lacrosse program. Sort of take me through that transition. What has it been like over the last couple of months, and what have you learned about this program as you get ready for a new season?
So I knew coming in there's been, some quick turnarounds the past few years. I knew, nothing crazy. I wasn't going to come in and demand all these changes. I knew it was going to be a process and kind of little by little take some adjustments to team culture. I didn't want to overstep and just change completely what has been done in the past. I wanted to learn, how as a whole these girls play together, their quirks, here and there. So I spent a lot of the fall season just kind of watching and analyzing and seeing where the strengths and weaknesses are, and and then moving forward, decided to start making slight changes here and there, and now kind of just ready to kick off season and continue going down the road.
Grace, you've been a big part of this program over the last 3 years, making 31 starts, accumulating 88 total points. But what feels different this season as a senior leader as you head into this new season?
I think the biggest thing is this is our third year of a new coach, and I think we're all ready just to create this culture that we can build the program off of, and Coach Hafdell is setting the foundation for that. And I think I'm excited to see where we go this season, but also just as this program grows over the next few years.
Coaches, you've had the opportunity to work with this group and get prepared for a new year. What has sort of been your message? What are one or two things that you've really tried to establish as you've tried to build your culture and put your fingerprints on this program?
At the very beginning, I kind of mentioned, this program is going to grow. It has potential to improve every year. And I kind of mentioned, you want to be a part of this. You want to say, looking back, I was the first senior class to do X, Y, and Z, or I helped grow this program to what it is now. So just kind of putting that in their minds of, what we do now will greatly affect how we move forward. And being a young program, I think we definitely are hitting the ground running, especially just coming off of this past weekend. There's a lot of potential, and seeing the drive that they have, it definitely is good to know that this is a great group to start that transition and just kind of every year getting better and better.
Grace, you're coming off a junior season in which you earned first-team All-SCAC honors with 28 goals and 10 assists. What have you worked on with your game through the course of the offseason, through the fall, to continue to grow and get better as you head into your senior year?
Well, I think, you can always improve stick skills, which I know is an easy thing to say, but you might think you can always just improve that. And also, I think watching is always important, seeing different plays, seeing how different people defend, and even watching different sports, like going to the guys' basketball game, you get to see them transition and move around and how they talk to each other. And you really pick up a different kind of perspective from different sports, and I think that's really essential, especially for how many different sports are combined into lacrosse.
Coach, you look at the makeup of this roster, and without a doubt, you're going to have some underclassmen that are certainly going to make an impact with this group. What have you seen from some of your young players that kind of gives you confidence moving into the season, and who do you expect to really make an impact for this group heading into the year?
Definitely, and it showed this past weekend. Emma, she is going to do amazing with our draws. She's also on the cross-country team, so she's great in midfield. She can run up and down all day long, which is what I love. So, she's got that quick first step off the circle, and right now her and Johnny are doing a great job connecting on those draw controls. So definitely she'd be something to watch out for. Deanna, she's got the legs as well. Having both of them in our midfield transition is definitely what helps us get the ball down the field quickly. So, those are great to have. And then we have 2 freshman goalies. They've really stepped up in the role. They knew coming into it that one of them are going to be starting, games, and just kind of working hard and getting ready. They know what they have in their skills, kind of balance each other out. So it's nice to have both reliable and dependable goalies that I can throw in at any moment.
Finally, Grace, to wrap things up with you, as you've had conversations with some of your teammates about some of the goals and expectations for this 2020 season, what have those conversations looked like, and what are some of the goals for this Pirates women's lacrosse program heading into the season?
I think that just going off of our winning season last year, we're hungry for more, and I know we beat Hendricks, so I was hyped about that. And I think just going off of that, building our culture, and I think everything will fall in place as it goes. We had a great game against Hendricks, and I think we have a small team but a strong team. So I'm really excited to see where we go this year.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, this season is successful if what plays out on the field for your team. What are you looking for in this inaugural season as you start to build your program and establish your culture there in Georgetown?
Already from this past weekend, just kind of going off of Hendricks, I think we had a completely different game than what they had last year, and it shows that, slight changes on the offensive end, but it worked. Having, those legs that can run up and down the midi line transition, it helped us greatly. So it's just kind of seeing how comparing how the competition was last year and, seeing them again in this season and kind of going off like, all right, this is what we did last year. We did X, Y, and Z better or even better this year. So it's just the competition we have to work with. Obviously we would love to have, a winning season, just going up against what competition we have. We have a lot of home games, which is great. So we would love, that home, advantage and getting the crowd out there. So I just think going off of what is done in the past and where we are now, and it kind of just shows that we're, as a unit, better, and we're going to constantly keep improving, and just looking forward to that successful winning season in the end.
Southwestern University women's lacrosse program. Again, the Pirates will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Kaitlyn Hafdell, along with senior midfielder Grace Maynard. Coach, Grace, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the season.